there has been a lot of music artists before.
Que no se acuerda de esa noche. Money and power, the maker emeritus. Tell me something, you motherfucker.
Touching, I'm a jerk. A bank account can never match my worth.
Politicking with the pushers and the pimps. I'm trying to write a story, can I get a glimpse? Hey, can I get a? Last night I had a.
But The Weeknd is not just an artist. He has had a past that really sticks out from any other artist I've seen. From his family history and his substance abuse and his personal life decisions. The Weeknd's name is Abel Tesfaye and was born February 16th, 1990, Toronto, Canada. He was an only child of Ethiopian immigrants. His parents separated when he was just a toddler, and he was raised by his mother in a tough suburban neighborhood in Toronto. He was a quiet and introverted kid who preferred to keep to himself. He spent most of his time listening to music and watching movies, which became a big inspiration for him later on. His mother worked long-hour shifts as a nurse to support them, leaving Abel to spend a lot of time alone at home. The neighborhood he lived in was not easy for its poverty and crime, and Abel witnessed a lot of violence and drugs used around him. He also struggled a lot in school, and that led him not to attend school and leave to spend his time pursuing his passion for music. Abel remained determined to make something of himself, but it led him to make decisions that would hurt himself and others. At the age of 17, he decided to move out of his mother's house without her knowing and moved in a one-bedroom apartment with his friend. The two of them stole food from supermarkets, spending their money they had on alcohol and drugs, including ketamine, cocaine, mushrooms, and cough syrup. All of the drugs that he has used became a help and support to him. From his first music recording that were 7 minutes long, just of him rambling, and from what he said now, whenever thoughts I was having when I was under the influence at that time, I can't see myself doing now. But he admitted in an interview he still does use drugs while creating music, and in his eyes, going to a therapist is not something you do when you grow up in an environment like he did in Toronto. Abel didn't want to go back home at all to his mother without actually becoming something. If he never became something, he would never go back home. All the parties and friends and drugs and alcohol led him to get in relationships at his age and gave him more inspiration for his music. And his relationships led him thinking that he will always be alone. And that led him to always think that by the age of 18, he will always have the thoughts of having a chance of being dead or in jail for his life. Abel, when he was 18, there was a near miss with the law, but he does not go into detail, but he does admit spending a night in jail, and that showed him a glimpse of how people get second chances. But around that age, you usually get 1 second chance after a slap on the wrist. After the experience, he moved out of the Parkdale apartments and bounced around from girlfriend's place to girlfriend's place. He got a job folding clothes at an American Apparel store. He started writing music initially with the thought of existing pop stars would buy his material. Drugs were no longer a tool only to party, but to keep him awake for 5 nights in a row while getting the songs just right. He chose the stage name The Weeknd after having other stage names before it, and after a while he released music to the public and revealed his face. He started to perform in concerts where he first revealed his music and released his website where you could listen to his music for free. After a while, some people started to know who he really was. And then that's what started his whole entire career after that. And he still shows his passion for his childhood in his music still.